So, hi friends, very good afternoon. And this video is completely for CA students who are going to attempt in coming attempt. This video, and we are going to host the guidance for SCMP, the most difficult subject in second group of CA final. And we are very happy to that CA Hariharan sir in our midst, and he is going to explain and guide us in various questions that many CA students are having in mind. How to get exemption in SCMP, how to do that in the last 1.5 days, and many other questions now he is going to address. And he is the founder of Premier Academy, and it's Chennai-based institution. And hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Hello. Yes. Dear students, I am CAK Hariharan, practicing chartered accountant from Chennai, founder of Premier Academy, 20 years of experience in teaching, both inter and final costing paper. Yes, can proceed.
So shall we start a Q&A session?
Yes, you can start the questions. Yeah.
The most important question that many
questions
people
raised by the student, you can ask. Yes.
Yeah. So firstly, this session is mostly for people who are going to attempt in now, coming attempt now, May attempt.
Next.
The most question is like how to cover the entire portion in first question last 1.5 days.
Okay. Day before examination, how we have to prepare. You may effectively have 1.5 days. How you supposed to prepare within 1.5 days.
Yes.
With respect to preparation strategy for 1.5 days, during the course of your preparation and revision stage, that is current stage, you have to earmark what you supposed to revise day before the exam. In the sense, where and all you come across formula, if you need revision means that you have to highlight or you have to put it in box. Where and all you will commit a mistake, commonly committed mistakes, chances of committing mistakes, or unique area if you come across, those things you have to highlight. And where and all mnemonics possible or chart presentation possible, those things you have to create. Then only within 1.5 days, you can cover the entire syllabus. Day before exam, if you go by topic or problem by problem, very difficult to cover the entire syllabus. Especially for costing, first you can complete theory part that you may need 2 to 2.5 hours. Within 2.5 hours, you can complete the theory part. The moment you come out from the exam hall, the moment you reach the home, before you are going to prepare for the next examination, that day, night, evening or night itself, you can complete the entire theory part. So that if you know in intermediate, you are having costing 20 marks is a theory weightage and 5 marks for concept-based theory questions. Therefore, 25 marks is a weightage for the intermediate costing. Similarly, for final, substantial portion is based on theory. So, if you have the grip over the theory and the concept within 2.5 or to 3 hours in the day before exam night itself, you can 1 day before the examination itself, you can complete. Thereafter, next full day, you can be in the position to participate the topic wise. That the important areas alone you have to concentrate, important highlighted areas alone you have to focus, so that you can revise the entire syllabus quickly.
Yes, sir. Sir, and second question is like last 1 month will be there, right? It's a most crucial time for every student, CA student. Whatever we studied in the last 2 months, before 3 months is nothing, but what we have gone through in the last 1 month is very important. So, how much time we need to allocate during this last 30 days to SCMP? How to catch this? How to utilize most effectively this time?
Yeah, the first remaining number of days you have to calculate. When is your examination, whether you are going to write one group or both the group or group to alone, accordingly number of days going to vary. First, from today or from tomorrow till examination, how many more days you are having, that you have to calculate. Out of which, remove 3 days for the purpose of first examination preparation. For example, you are going to write the group 1 FR or accounts preparation, you may need 3 days. Balance how many days available? Less 2 days for normal loss, because all the days you may not the person to study. So you can earmark any 2 days for the purpose of normal loss. Balance only effective number of days available for the purpose of your preparation. That effective number of days you have to segregate into 70:30 ratio. If you are having 10 days, 7 days and 3 days. If you are having 100 days, 70 days and 30 days. So 70:30 ratio you have to segregate. The 70% of the days is for the purpose of your preparation and 30% of the days for the purpose of your revision. Always remember, irrespective of your number of attempts, without having revision, very, very, very difficult for it to clear the paper, clear the examination. Therefore, revision is also equally important. You have to earmark for the purpose of revision. After preparation, during the 30% of the time, the 30% of the days, you have to revise upcoming RTP, MTP, what not released by the ICI. Those things you have to revise, and you have to write the mock test on the same. Then only you can clear the coming attempt.
Okay. Okay, sir. The next question is like many people know the subject and many people, they have in-depth knowledge, but they don't know how to present a paper. So can you suggest on how to present paper effectively to get, to grab the examiner attention and get good score, be it a theoretical
Yes.
part or practical?
Yeah. With respect to practical as well as theoretical, yes. Presentation point. Presentation plays a vital role to score the mark. There is a lot of difference between 39 marks and 40 marks, 59 marks and 60 marks. Even 1 mark may be a turning point in your life, especially in CA examination. If you got 200 marks and another student got 400 marks, both of them wrote in single group. In 200 mark and 400 mark, both are one and same only. There is no difference. Right? I got 200, you got 400. Clear? Both of them saved 6 months.
Yes.
But at the same time, you got 199 mark, I got 0 mark. Again, both are same.
Yes.
Both are wasted the 6 months.
Exactly.
Right? Therefore, the differential mark 200 to 199 is only 1 mark. The validity of 1 mark is 6 months of your lifetime. That 1 mark is purely based on your presentation. So, which area, how you have to do the presentation, how, in what manner you have to do the presentation. In theoretical question, it is always better to write point wise. Better to underline the important points, or in examination, what you are going to think thereafter you're going to ink. Those should be in your bullet points. And where and all possible, you have to create the chart with respect to theoretical question. 2 classifications are there, segregated to 2 parts. 6 classifications are there, segregated to 6 parts. So you have to present in the chart format, so that validation will be easy for the validator.
Okay.
Then, because in examination, number of points also equally important. Roughly half point for every point. 8 mark question means you have to write at least 16 points. 4 mark question means at least you have to write 8 points. In that manner, you have to create the point while doing the preparation itself. So hints note or point wise note supposed to be there, or at least you can underline the point, so the day before examination you can revise all the underlined points alone. Practical questions, you have to do the presentation properly. Whenever you come across format based question, you have to write the format in the proper manner. Process account, debit side, credit side, particulars, unit, rate, amount, to, buy, everything, the format also you have to write. For if you are not going to write the format properly, reduction in mark will be there.
Okay.
Similarly, even the rupees column is also equally important, especially for the valuation with respect to costing paper. Answer part, if does not contain prefix or suffix, we should not suppose to allot the mark.
Okay.
Suppose 250 is the answer. Whether 250 is rupees or units, you have to mention. It may be liter also, units also, percentage also, time also, right or not. If you are not going to mention whether rupees or units, then the 250 alone is not going to convey any meaning. Therefore, if the half mark is allotted for 250 net answer, you are going to be the loser. Even after deriving the answer, because of the laziness, you are going to lose the mark.
Okay.
It is advisable to write answer summary also. Especially, standard costing applicable for both intern to final. Various requirements are the material cost variance, price variance, usage variance, labor rate variance, labor efficiency variance, variable overhead variance. Similarly, various variants they ask. You may go to write the chart, you may go to draw the diagram, answers everything okay. But end, you have to write what is the requirement of the question and answer for the same. Answer summary, material cost variance is equal to rupees, how much? Labor rate variance is equal to how much? The answer summary you have to write. Even in standard costing, variance means always in rupees. It may be for material, labor, variable overhead, fixed overhead, sales, planning, operational variance, market size variance, market share, everything in terms of rupees you have to mention.
Okay.
So rupee is 5,000. If it is adverse, mean you have to write adverse, or favorable you have to mention. Don't put within bracket or without bracket, plus or minus symbol, that and all not carry any marks. So every topic you should know how to do the presentation. It may be practical or theory. Your presentation should be proper. Always remember, in suggested answer or study material, any textbook, how you are expecting the author to write the answer. Publisher has what? Print, how they want to print. If the rupees or unit is not mentioned, format is not proper, is it possible for you to understand same manner only? You have to present accordingly. Marks also will be there in the examination.
Okay.
Next.
Okay, sir. And the next question is how to get exemption. Can you just brief in short time, like how a first attempt person or attempt person can crack exemption in a CMP?
Yes. With respect to getting exemption, first thing, few of them having the habit of, I want to get exemption in one paper, remaining paper I can manage by way of 40, or any one of the paper I can manage. That should not be there at any cost. So I am preparing a CMP to score exemption. Remaining paper I will try because I am preparing for group 1 properly. Group 2, just like that, I want to get any one of the paper exemption. Then the remaining paper, there is no guarantee to get 40 marks. And moreover, what paper you prepared, there is no guarantee that paper is awarded. The manner in which you prepare for the exam, that maybe that time maybe the toughest paper also. Therefore, mere for the purpose of preparing exemption is not advisable. It is advisable to concentrate average concentration over all the papers and all the areas.
Okay.
And if you are strong in any one of the paper, nothing wrong with that. Yes, sir, I want to get above 60 marks exemption. In that juncture, you have to do the revision properly. And you should have your own handwritten notebook. The best book in the world is your own handwritten notebook. Because that only going to recollect in the main exam, you can be the book to reproduce the answer. Thinking time and inking time will get reduced only if it is your own handwritten notebook. That's the best book in the world.
Okay.
Next.
Okay, sir. The next question is, let's move into in-depth of the paper, like how to attempt case studies. This is the most fierce part for many of CA students. And when it comes to case study, many people will be scared. They don't know how to, exactly answer them, whether what their answer is correct or not. So can you just give some tips to answer case study?
Yeah, with respect to case study for SCMP paper, CA final costing, minimum 20 mark, maximum 40 mark can expect out of case study.
Okay.
With respect to case study, you should be thorough with respect to all the topics. You are not afford to skip any topic. And theoretically, you should be strong. You should know how to develop your point. Drafting skill you have to develop. Before that, you should have the passion to read the question top to bottom properly. Nowadays, Institute is not giving question paper to a student. They are providing question booklet only. To finish the question paper itself, you may need study holidays. In that manner, only bunches of paper is there. One question may start with the first page, ends with the fourth or fifth page only. So you have to develop your reading habits, and you have to have the control over the data, what and all given in this question. How you can have the control over the data, provided you have the subject, you should be strong in the subjects. Now they are merging many topics in case studies. Activity-based costing, merged with the variance analysis, merged with the budgetary control. That type of question asked in the previous exam, 10 or 15 mark question. So they are merging the topics. So you should be strong in ABC, strong in flexible budgetary control, and strong in what? And variance analysis also. Combined with the loss beyond budget, or control mechanism with respect to budgetary control, feedback control, feed forward control. Combined manner they are asking. If you are seeing, in general, substance is more that with respect to what theoretical part. So you should be strong in all the concepts. All the concepts are there in the theory, especially management theories are there separately. What are all the management theories? You have to concentrate to score more mark in case studies. Performance evaluation and measurement, lean system and innovation, TQM related question, TQM, JAT. Those areas you should be strong. Then only you can have the better clarity with respect to understanding the question itself.
Okay.
Then only you can score more mark in case studies.
Okay, sir. The next question, and it is relevant to case studies, and there are many case studies in ICMCQ booklet and all other materials. And do we need to do all those things, or we need to get conceptual clarity? Because at the end of the day, ICA won't be asking any known question, right? So, what would be the
Yes,
answer
yes,
for
yes.
this?
With respect to case studies, how many case studies you study is purely material. Even if you are going to prepare 1,000 case studies in examination, 1,000 to 1 case study only going to come. New variety only they are going to create. So before you go for case study, you should be strong in all the areas properly, concept properly. Then each and every concept, you should be thorough with respect to at least one case study. Nothing but with respect to case studies, number of concepts should be covered should be more. How many concepts you covered out of case study should be more. Therefore, how many questions you prepared is not important. How many varieties of the question you have learned, how many varieties of the case study you have learned, that is important. So, JIT based case study, JIT with the tuck time computation, manufacturing cycle efficiency or process cycle efficiency. What is Hejunka? That type of case study you have to see. Not for the profit organization, how to do the performance measurement, what is called the VFM framework. In that manner, you have to prepare. TPM with respect to what OEE computation, triple bottom line, performance measurement based on ROI, RI, balance scorecard, performance pyramid, performance prism, 5 years concept. This type of varieties you have to learn. And each and every variety, at least you should be strong in at least one case study. Then only you can complete the portion also.
Okay, sir, got it. And day before exam, right? And there will be number of case studies. So you would suggest to use some short notes, or like how to revise all the case studies in some 3 to 4 hours. You would be suggesting one short notes, or you would refer like refer any material. I'm sure
Yes.
ICA material won't be sufficient.
Yes. First, what are all the theory you have studied that you are going to give link with the case studies.
Okay.
So case studies in one hand and the concept will be another hand. Conceptual notes is supposed to have at least underline the points is supposed to have. If you're not having sufficient time to prepare the notes, then you can give the link between. Whenever you're going to prepare case study, yes, it's based on JAT. Hejunka, refer this particular page. For feedback control, refer this particular page. So that one to many, you can be the person to use the concept. Then only can complete it.
Yeah. Okay, sir. My next question is like, do we need to believe ABC analysis, or like, so how effective that analysis, or we need to cover every portion?
Yes, nothing wrong with that. ABC analysis is also equally important. ABC
Okay.
analysis is to what are the topic which is relevant for the examination is called the ABC. A category item, B category item, and C category item. Case study is a category item. CVP analysis and decision making, pricing, that is transfer pricing, standard costing, that to advanced variance alone, market size, market share, or the planning variance, all those things, planning variance, what are that called? Next, advanced level variance, you have to cover.
Okay.
Insider costing. Normal variance not required. Mere preparation of what? Material variance, labor variance, variable overhead, those things not required. But reconciliation part, that too in marginal costing approach, that too with respect to scarcity of resources, those areas you have to refer.
So my next question is like, for practical theory problems, many people will concentrate only on solving problem, but many people will ignore giving a conclusion. And ICA questions mostly they will ask you give a conclusion. So can you give a guidance on how to conclude the question?
Okay. With respect to students' point of view, they are having two different types of paper. One is called a practical paper, another one is called a theoretical paper. This is a practice students having from the many years. Accounts will come under practical paper or theoretical paper.
What will be practical?
Accounts, practical. Whereas information technology, EASM paper,
It's a theoretical.
theoretical. So you know what is theoretical paper, what is practical paper. But can you please tell me, tax, income tax or GST, taxation will come under practical or theory?
It's a mix of both.
Neither you can classify as a theory, nor you can classify as a practical.
Yes,
Right?
practical.
So same manner, costing is also, it's a wrongly they are assuming costing comes under practical paper. Both taxation as well as costing It comes under the concept-based paper. So we have to classify the paper into 3 categories, not 2. Theoretical, practical, and concept-based paper. Why it is called a concept-based paper? If I'm going to keep on read the provisions in taxation, I can't be able to solve the problem. If I'm going to see only practical problems alone, I can't be able to understand anything in the question paper. Same thing happening in the examination. Why students unable to understand anything, even the question itself? The main problem with respect to CA student in costing paper is, what is the problem in the problem is the main problem. Question enna kettukan puriyala. It's purely because they are not strong in the concepts. Because costing paper is also a CMP paper is also concept-based paper. They're merging the theory with the practical problem numbers. If you know the theory properly, then only can understand how they created the practical problem. And with respect to conclusion part, how they have to present the answer in conclusion part, especially in costing. 2 different types of questions are there with respect to conclusion part and other things I want to do. One is header-based question, other one is called footer-based question. Header-based question means some hidden info will be there. We have to identify, then only we can start the question itself is called header-based question. To understand better manner, they're asking labor cost budget in budgetary control, labor cost budget, number of operators budget. Thereafter, they ask you to prepare profitability statement or something. But if you want to find labor or labor cost, number of labor, first you know production budget. You have to prepare production budget.
Okay.
How many hours you have to work, depending upon how many units you have to produce. How much the wages you have to pay, depending upon how many units you have to produce. How many operators you need, depending upon how many units you have to produce. Therefore, production budget is the starting point. That is the hidden requirement. So some hidden info will be there, hidden requirement will be there. First you have to identify, then only we can prepare the answer itself. That is called header-based question.
Okay.
At least one question for the final header-based question will be there. You have to identify for that you should be strong in the question paper concepts. Second one, footer-based question is called conclusion-based question. This is what the difference between inter and the final paper, costing paper. In inter, EOQ, 250 units, take full mark. But final, thereafter only answer part will start. After identifying the number, whether we have to shut down or continue, make or buy, accept or reject, whether option A is best, B is best, why, the justification you have to write. The drafting skill carries mark. Therefore, you should know how to justify your answer part at the valid reason. That conclusion carries marks in final examination.
Okay, sir. And one more question, and before conclusion, as you said, theory and practical. There are theory chapters and there are practical chapters. So, which chapters students should focus more to get minimum pass mark and exemption?
Yes. Already I told you with respect to costing, it's a concept-based paper. Without studying theory, there is no chance to clear whether intermediate costing or final costing. Rather, failure in costing paper is high purely because of students are not studying the theory part. Randomly, you can ask even the intermediate student, you can take the survey. Out of 10 students who were failed in the examination in costing, they'll tell minimum 7 students, I have not studied the theory part. If you are not strong in the concept, all the concepts are there in the theory. So if you are not strong in the theory, very difficult to understand the question itself. In intermediate, 70% for practical problem, 30% max, 30% for theoretical. But the theoretical, based on theory only, can understand the concept itself. So theory also you have to study. And another one, in final ulta, almost 60 to 70% theory part, concept part only. Remaining 30 to 40 only practical. Therefore, without touching theory, final, not even the person to touch the paper itself. Therefore, concentrate the theory part, go by way of concepts.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. The last question, this is the final one. And how to handle the 3 years paper, 3 years time to handle the most effective paper?
Yeah. That's time management, comes under the time management.
Yeah.
How we have to handle the 3 hours.
Yeah.
What is called the CA examination? It's an art of converting time into mark is called the CA exam. Art of converting time into mark. How we effectively are going to make use of the time. for the purpose of converting into mark is called the CA examination. So the time management is important because CA examination, they are going to allot the mark only for inking, not for thinking. Thinking time supposed to finish well in advance during the preparation time. In examination hall, only inking time alone should be there. Therefore, how effectively are going to use? How it is possible everything I can write inking time only in examination hall? First, you have to identify in every topic or every paper what and all within your control, what and all beyond your control with respect to thinking process.
Okay.
That you have to segregate during the preparation time. For example, in costing paper, formula within your control only. In examination hall, you should not think Rowan's formula, what is the Rowan's formula, what is the wholesale formula, what are the material price variance, what is labor cost variance. You should not think. That thinking process supposed to finish during the preparation. Formula should be there at the fingertip. Format should be there at the fingertip. And direct theory question should be there at the fingertip. Then inking time will increase. Thinking time will reduce in the exam hall.
Okay.
So that effectively you can make use of the time. The next important one, you have to increase your speed also. I know all the questions answers there, but to complete the paper, I need 6 hours being not possible. Either you have to complete in 3 hours or 6 months only, depending upon how you are going to increase your speed. How to increase the speed? For that, total number of available time is 3 hours only.
Okay.
3 hours is equal to 180 minutes. All the 180 minutes not for the purpose of writing the answer. Effectively, you are going to write only 150 minutes. Because you have to read the question, even though 15 minutes given for the reading the question may not be sufficient. And everything without thinking on the question to write. And you have to redo some calculation because of the mistake. You have rectify your mistake. That and all what retaining the mark only, not for gaining extra mark. Therefore, effective time to score the mark only 150 minutes. Out of 150 minutes, you have to attempt for 100 marks. Therefore, for to score 1 mark, you are having 1.5 minutes. And you have to take past exam questions. At least one day, at least one question. It's a 4-mark question. 1.5 into 4 marks is equal to 6 minutes. Whether I can able to complete within 6 minutes, whether I can able to solve or not. The examination condition whether I can solve or not. Because there you have to write fully statement of, computation of. You have to write fully. You can't write any shortcuts. In exam, you can't write 1000 means K, lakhs means L, you can't question to write. You have to write even the zeros also form part of your 3 hours. Every second is count. It will be of the 3 hours. Therefore, you have to write comma, zeros in the same way within 6 minutes whether you can able to complete or not.
Okay.
That practice you need, then only in 3 hours you can complete entire paper. Yes, please.
So people who didn't got cleared, no, who have many attempts in SCMP, how they can restart? How they can start again to at least clear or get exemption?
Yeah.
Attempts taken.
Whenever student got failed in the examination, it's advice for me to student who were failed. You are restarting your preparation. You have to restart your preparation. Always think it's a revision only. You are not going to start from the scratch. Suppose person is going to write in May examination. Assume you are going to write examination in May. First time you are going to write. And I am a repeater. When compared to you, I am more stronger. Right? I know what is a question paper, what type of question paper will come. I may have at least experience when compared to you. Therefore, I should be morally what? Yes, I know how to handle the paper. You are going to start from the scratch. Already I have finished at least 40% of the syllabus and we have finished in the previous attempt. Right or not? Therefore, mindset is the reason. After declaration of now, from now I have to start to move, not from the 0 level. Already average 40% knowledge will be there. Therefore, person who is going to write from the scratch, first attempt for you, you may going to get all India level rank. I'm a repeater. After doing revision, is it not possible to clear the examination? That confidence is supposed to have. Understood? Already I got 30% mark, 30 marks I got it. Another 10% to 20 marks only have to increase. Therefore, remaining time more than sufficient. The mindset is supposed to have. The positive attitude is supposed to have. Then only you can complete the syllabus itself. Others are what right from the beginning, as if it is the first attempt, every topic wise, every question wise, that is not practically not possible for the remaining days. So always remember, if you are a repeater, then it's a revision. then you have to expect to get, you have to aim to get the what, even rank also. If you failed in the examination, God don't want to clear mere C examination. God wants you to see as a rank holder. In that mindset you're supposed to have. Once if you got the rank, nobody having the guts to ask which attempt you cleared. Rank holders are rank holder. Lifelong I'm going to be called rank holder. Okay?
So do they need to change books or strategies or follow the same previously?
No. Which book you are comfortable, the same book only how to use. 11th car, you should not change any book. You should not purchase new book. You should not change your strategy also. How many books you referred in examination, how many books you referred is not important. How many times you are referring the book is important. Number of revision only important.
Okay, so I think that's all. You have answered most of the questions. Yeah, thank you so much for taking this session. I think I'm sure this is going to help many CS students that are going to attempt the near attempt. Thank you so much, sir.